All right, welcome back, Wild Ones. The continuing adventures of Emerald Endings. Um, I will be your GM, Bran, and I am also, let's go with one of my many titles in the world. Let's do Head Candlemancer, Spirit of the Wilds. And I would like my wonderful crew to introduce themselves, and this adventure will begin.
He's gonna move away.
There's some pretty titles there, Bran.
And this adventure will begin.
I am
Thuldrim.
So many Thuldrim. I am Thuldrim, the wizard dwarf in our campaign. I am also my name is Celtic Scribe, all over the internet. Author of many stories.
Haro Chaotic. I don't have any fancy titles currently, and I am Kiwi.
I'm Bree. I have lots of fancy titles, but none of them are relevant. I play Fada, the Halfling Cleric.
And I'm Thomas, Nonstop GM, and I will be playing Helena, the Human Sorcerer, and I guess I'm the taker of many naps. I do enjoy my naps.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm Velvet. I play Ursula, the Siren Bard. Just known for being that really gay and chaotic fae on the interwebs.
Gone beyond the need for titles. They just know. Wonderful. So when we last left our adventurers, they had just landed into the wizarding city of Nethheim. Much to the delight of Thuldrim, I imagine.
Oh yes.
They had taken a pirate cruise, which lasted far too long, I believe, for most of this crew. They saw a bit of interesting wildlife. Kiwi attempted to feed some sharks.
I don't know what you're talking about. Thuldrim enjoyed that boat ride.
And they saw some of the other stranger wildlife within the water. The ship was docked, and they were led out into this strange and wondrous city, which I don't even think you got to see yet. So we'll start there. As you make your way from the ship to the docks, the city is laid out before you. The first thing you're definitely going to notice, aside from the very interesting architecture of the buildings, is there seems to be several small buildings just very slowly rotating through the sky around the city. A closer inspection, it does seem to be a dark, almost black sand that seems to be circling the entire radius of said city. And on a very close look, I'll assume you've looked close at this point, the sand itself seems to be very slowly shifting in the same direction as the buildings are. The smaller buildings.
That's very interesting.
Isn't
Can
this
I
cool?
pick
Isn't-
some up?
Oh,
Of course.
Like, and then sort of like drop it, see what it does.
No strong visual indication of anything odd about it. It just sort of falls and just kind of collects into the flow and just keeps on its spin. I'm going to say you do notice Thuldrim, I'm assuming you're going to be the most excited of all. You do see people that seem to, wear their wizardly essence proudly. You see various students of actually quite a few ages, and just, on their way to different places, just general chit chat. But you see so many just, staffs out in the open and, intricate, beautiful robes and, books upon books, and people's arms are, slung on their sides. It's just, oh, it's home.
Thuldrum's just gonna be like almost visible stars in his eyes, and he's just gonna be wearing a very big smile, the likes of nobody's really ever seen. He doesn't really smile very often unless he's drunk. So he's just, yeah, like you said, he feels very much at home, and he's just kind of awestruck in the moment.
Remember, compose yourself. We all need to look like we belong here.
Ah, but I do belong here.
Now, how exactly do we find out where we're going?
Ah, that would be easy. There has to be a head mage or a magistrate of some kind. I'm sure someone's in charge here. Perhaps a headmaster.
Well, they are your people. I say you should be the one to do most of the talking.
Very well. If you would like to follow me, I'm sure we can just ask someone very politely, and they'd be glad to tell us where to go. So Thuldrum's just kind of like gonna proudly, walk with his staff in hand over to, one of the students that's walking past them. Excuse me, pardon me.
You stop a young-looking gnome, a shock of pink hair, just wild and spiked up, and the staff just kind of slung over the shoulder. Just looks up at you, just the glance that you would be expected to be here. Oh, what can I do?
Yes. I'm terribly sorry for interrupting your walk to wherever you're going, but I just wanted to know where we could find the headmaster.
Oh, sure. Yeah, whips the staff around, and does a sweet little, circly conjuring before you see just a almost a glittery dart from it, and you just start to see it kind of trail towards one of the larger buildings.
Thuldrum's just kind of, again, just like stars in his eyes, because he's still kind of a baby, a baby wizard. So he's just like, I don't even know how to do that spell. Like, this is crazy. And he just kind of gathers his composure, and he's like, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Happy to. Returns on her direction.
Yes, a bebe, if you would. Saw that.
Heard it.
Yeah, so I think we're just going to be on our way following this magic trail. Unless anybody else wants to check something out.
Yeah, how is everyone else doing in this new location?
I guess Helena would actually be, kind of interested in where Thuldrum's thing is going, but also, I guess, looking around for any sort of like medical centers or like botanists or any just sort of like place that they do like autopsies, or if they have anything like that here, like any sort of medical center of some sort.
You are going to notice to the west there is a building that has several greenhouses attached to it, and you can see the greenery and the vegetation through the glass in there. Aside from that, on a full glance, you notice several of the smaller floating buildings appear to be stocked with vegetation. You can just see hanging ivy and different draping plants in these small buildings.
I'll just keep with Thuldrum then, if that's all they really have.
Kiwi will be behind Thuldrum. A little feeling a little out of place with the weird floaty buildings.
Theta's just looking around completely wide-eyed, like, this is crazy. This is nothing like she's ever seen. She's just like, oh, okay.
Just remember, composure. If you pretend you belong, you belong. Just
Helena, I forgot to ask you actually. We've just been so caught up in our meandering, as it would seem. For what reason were you seeking out this city?
I was hoping to find someone to give me advice or help me along with my research on the undead phenomenon.
Ah, then the headmaster probably would be the best bet.
I would hope so.
Mhm. It's a good start, anyway.
Undead phenomenon?
Well, just it's a morbid curiosity, as jokes aside, that I have a strange fascination with the undead. Let us just leave it at that. I am interested in what makes them tick, as it were.
Just undead or like raising people from the dead?
Oh no, well, maybe no. If it's part of the research, I don't see why not. But no, mostly weaknesses or possibilities of stopping them from ever even happening, or that sort of thing.
Is that a problem where you come from?
It's not a problem per se, but it's just something I've been interested in dealing with.
Cool.
Bit of a personal problem.
It's a pretty grave interest.
Oh, God.
Well, you don't.
I thought my joke was bad.
Good one. Well, there's nothing wrong with curiosity and furthering your knowledgeable pursuits, but practicing is a whole nother matter. Knowledge is only as powerful as the one who beholds it.
That is so true.
I mean, if curiosity kills the cat, you can just raise it.
Wow.
Satisfaction brought it back.
Fulgrim just kind of looks at her like, really?
She's not wrong,
That's not an incorrect assessment of the situation.
No.
The very literal version, though.
Note to self: if kill cat, remember to resurrect cat.
That's only after the 9 lives are up.
Well, if anything, I will say this about all of you, and at least you're keeping this journey entertaining.
Mildly condescending, all right. Just kidding.
Did you expect anything else?
Onward. To find the
Yeah.
headmaster.
The silvery Gosmere dart had seemed to wait for you during this conversation, and until you lean forward, seemed to trail towards the building.
What do we see as we follow the trail? Like, where does it lead exactly?
It's going to lead to the very large building to the east of the circle.
Okay.
Once the dart comes to the steps, it just sort of dissipates. Again, this is just beautiful architecture that you're seeing. Just elegant spires, just very neat angles. On close inspection, it looks like there are runes or symbols pretty much carved or etched into almost every single part of it.
I think Thulgrim's going to go up to one of the pillars and just sort of like caress the runes and like kind of try to make heads or tails of them.
I'm gonna say, as far as pillars there, it's not gonna be too complex or too hard to figure out. That they're
Mhm.
obviously there is a sense of protection. It's obviously there to protect, this building and those who would dwell in it.
Mhm.
Kiwi's gonna walk up and stand next to Tholdrum, and as he's like gently caressing the runes, she's just gonna like lick one.
And he's just gonna like look down at her and be like,
There's a
"What are you doing?"
You seem very fascinated, and I'm just trying to understand.
What does magic taste like? You've eaten 2 things right now since I've seen you. What's it taste like?
Yeah, everything pretty much just tastes like good.
Magic tastes good. Good to know.
I mean, you are what
There
you
are-
eat. Maybe
there are
that's how
several
she wants to
young
learn magic.
students. There are several young students sort of doing the crane neck as they walk into the building, watching this display.
He kind
It
of
just waves.
What,
Tholdrum
you never seen
kind
a
of just
goblin
like
magic before?
Tholdrum just kind of like glances at them and like throws his robe like towards Kiwi and like gently kind of bumps her with his staff. All right, let's get going.
I'm sorry, was that rude?
No, not rude, but
Weird.
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
She's a precious being and she can't be stampered. Who cares if people stare?
Like this attitude.
So is there like a set of double doors or anything? Is there
Yeah,
like a
it is
portal,
just-
like, or is it just doors?
Just
Okay.
as surprised as you might be, they're literally just doors this time.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I'm disappointed.
This is,
I'm quite
Well, see,
relieved we
this is-
can actually just
this-
walk through.
this is an academy. This is a place of learning. It's supposed to be welcoming. The doors open and allow children in.
I'm gonna say Tholdrum goes over to the double doors and like does the double entrance with his like arms, just like opening into the
Are you doing
hall.
a double push out?
Yes, the double push of the doors. Like
Hack right into someone.
Give me a strength.
Oh, yeah,
Give me a strength roll.
Are they push or
okay.
pull doors?
Are they pushable doors? That's
That'd
a good
be really
question.
funny.
Yeah.
It is all going to depend on where the strength roll goes.
Come on, I gotta be able to push open some doors. This is bad if I fail this.
No.
Are you serious right now?
That's a nat 1, my dude.
Listen, doors
Son
are
of a-
adventurers' natural enemies.
That's embarrassing.
That's
Wow.
amazing. Storytelling.
Do you need a hand there, Tholdrum? You seem to be struggling a bit.
I could have sworn they were just doors. I don't understand how they're not budging. And he just kind of like knocks it with his staff. Damn things.
I can kick it for you.
Oh no, we've seen what your kicks can do. That would destroy this place.
I'm gonna walk up to it and go open sesame, and then just give it like a small shove.
On principle, I'm going to need a strength roll from you now.
Yeah, I'll do it. Listen, if open sesame doesn't work, I'm out of ideas.
12.
Yeah, the door opens fine.
Wow.
You just needed the magic word. The
I-
Magic Academy.
He kind of straightens his robe and he's like, I loosened it.
Oh, definitely.
Gentle pat on the shoulder. Yes, you did. You did very well.
Sometimes excitement gets the best of us. It's fine. Let's go.
Mildly condescending, but okay.
As you
Tit for tat, my friend.
as you enter, the walls are a lovely cream color stone, and the floors themselves are almost this kind of swirling blue marble. If you look closely at the swirl, it almost seems to be traveling towards a set of doors. your, your strongest enemy.
I've never faced such a powerful foe before.
I am not gonna live this down.
Nope.
No.
I'm gonna put it in my notes. Thildrum defeated by a door.
Ah, great.
Double doors.
Double doors.
After-
At least it
yes,
wasn't
I'll
a
be
singular
fair.
door.
It
All
was two against
because-
one. It's fine.
All because I wanted to do it.
They teamed up on
flourish.
him. That's not.
It wasn't one. It was two. Okay, it was hard, guys. Thildrum's kind of like put his hand out to the rest of the group. Does anybody else want to take these? Apparently, I'm having trouble.
Sure, I'll try.
Oh, that's what, go ahead. Go ahead.
Remember the magic words.
No, open the door.
I'm sorry, but this one and one occasion only, everyone's rolling strength checks for any doors you're coming across.
I'm okay with
These
that.
are
I
heavy
am too.
doors.
There, you're in a magic school. There may be.
Oh, I
something-
forgot about my strength modifier.
You didn't use the magic words.
What? What
I
is
will
that?
walk up and use the magic words.
It's not a nat 1. It's a 2, but it's not a nat 1.
Okay.
I have a
Fair.
negative modifier, so.
Then I will walk up and remember to use the magic words.
Okay.
16. Yeah, it's
Wow, there really are magic words, huh?
All right.
As far as you know right now, Ursula knows the magic words on how to get through this place.
it's just going to happen now. We're going to try this at the worst possible time, and it's not going to work, and we're all going to.
Writing down open.
I mean, some might have different magic words.
As you enter, are you just entering the room after your
Yes,
your
you
mastery
got
of
to.
door?
I'm bringing up the rear in case I decide to get up to shenanigans, so nobody sees me.
Fair
I'll
enough.
just kind of like shove it open and like stand aside to let everyone else through.
Why, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very
So as you make your way into the room, there's a very tall desk that comes. Oh goodness, most of you are so short.
hmm
Human. I'm human, remember?
Well, I said most.
I
it comes-
I just slouch, though.
It's about forehead level for you, Helena. It's it would come.
Oh, so it's at Helena's forehead?
Yeah, it's a fairly. It's tall. It's up in the room. It's
So like
elevated.
I could wrap my
Okay.
chin on it.
Yeah, you could. And up at the top, you see an
Uh-oh.
older looking tabby cat, just kind of, head resting on a paw.
Does anyone have snacks for the kitty?
You gotta be kidding me.
Ah.
Oh my god.
I want to know how many you have. How many of these puns do you have?
I don't.
Meowny.
Oh my god.
No.
I think my
In
brain
stereo.
actually, I missed the first one. My brain just like reconnected it to what you were supposed to say. So I was like, oh, no one, he didn't say anything. And you're all talking about puns. And I was like, wait, what did I miss?
Helena's got resistance to puns.
What did I miss?
She's been summoned. My kitty cat. Does the cat look like a normal cat? Or like
That's a tabby, is what he said.
no, I know. I just
Oh,
meant
okay.
like is it magic? Is it familiar? I'm
Oh.
wondering.
It's not a cat person, is it?
I mean,
It's not
on this glance, it's a cat.
You could always do detect magic if you have that.
No, it's not a.
Kiwi's gonna take like a piece of food out of her bag and just chuck it up at it. Next time.
Oh my gosh.
It does a glance at the food as it flies near it, and then kind of returns the gaze down at you.
Well, you can save
Um,
it for later.
Thuldrum's kind of going to call out in this hall. Excuse me, is the headmaster present?
The cat makes eye contact with you, Thuldrum, and you hear a voice come from. Oh, but yes, of course.
Is the cat talking to us?
Did we all hear that?
You did all hear that.
Did its mouth move, or was it
You heard
more
that.
of a...
No, its mouth did not move.
Yeah. Well,
I just want to make sure that everyone heard the cat talking to us.
well, its mouth didn't move, so I don't...
I heard it too. Thank God you guys did as well.
I just know catfish. Is this normal for land cats?
No, it's not. Good. Do
This is one of the weirdest conversations I've heard in this room.
You're talking cat. This is the weirdest thing you've heard. This is...
Oh, the talking
surprising.
cat part's normal. As
Yeah,
you
but-
as it continues to talk, you can hear the voice sort of trailing away from where the cat was, and coming down sound of steps and around to look at you. There's a wizardly, obviously, looking old man. The long, whitened beard, the tufted robes, covered in runes, bit of a lean on the staff, the huge bushy eyebrows, and the cap.
Is the desk taller than the wizard?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Thuldrum
Kiwi?
just kind of blushes from the assumption that he made.
Kiwi
Seems
is
very impractical.
just gonna be like, why do you have a desk that's bigger than you?
Yes, very impractical.
Kiwi, that's not very polite.
Well,
Sorry.
I first off didn't make the desk. Second, it used to not be taller than me, but then I got shorter than it.
Ah, yes, that
What?
tends to happen in old age.
But inquisitive minds, good, excellent. So, what can I do for all you delightful young ones?
How did you get shorter?
Kiwi.
Kiwi, you can't just ask people how they got shorter.
God.
It's very rude.
Very
It's a
not
good question, but very rude.
Yeah,
Sorry.
he glances the Kiwi with very laser focused straight eyes. I'll tell you how it happened. I'm so magical, it weighs down on me. There's at least an extra 80 pounds of magic right in there.
Kiwi looks like that's the most impressive thing she's ever heard.
He
That
looks
would
he looks
explain my
proud of
hunch.
himself on that one.
Thuldrum just kind of like, oh, just like sighs, like, thank God. He kind of turns back to the headmaster. Sir, we've come a long way, and we were hopefully wanting to ask you some questions in regards to a lot of things that we've come across in our travels thus far. And hopefully we would also require the use of your library.
Well, now let's let us talk. I could definitely go for a good story this way. And he kind of motions over to a little den, a little seating area that would have chairs and tea at the ready. Magic tea, because it's always at the ready.
Yes. Ah, yes, quite nice. Thank you. And he kind of Thuldrum kind of like does this to everyone else and like sits down at the table.
Yep, Helena will join.
Ada too.
What's Ursula doing?
Oh, I'm joining it. Are these small chairs or they're like regular chairs?
a good question.
Regular chair.
Okay.
Important.
So,
Tholdrum, you had questions?
Yes.
How long have
Got a
you been-
smile on, holding his cup.
How long have you been headmaster here?
Oh, I'm not the headmaster.
Oh,
See, you all made that
sorry,
assumption. I don't know
I-
where that came from.
I'm sorry. Then who are you?
Oh, just the interim principal.
So there is no headmaster as of right now. What happened to the old one?
Oh, of course there's a headmaster.
Oh, well. So if you're the interim principal, then where's the headmaster?
Headmaster's up in the tower. The principal's not here. I'm filling in for him.
So are we able to see the headmaster?
Well, generally the only way to see the headmaster is to graduate. Are you looking to join the school? Bunch
Do you
of
have some
interesting
kind of
young
accelerated
students
program?
here.
Yes, we don't really have time for.
Well, if you're good enough, in a mere 12 years, you should be able to.
Listen, good sir, kind sir, thank you for having us and listening to us. We are here with the utmost important mission regarding the green
Tongue.
I'm sorry, the green tongue. I always get that mixed up. The green tongue. And it's very, very important. It's very dire information that we must talk to the headmaster about.
Well, as your fishy friend said, motions the cup over towards Ursula. There is a way you could just attempt to bypass the school altogether. I wouldn't ever recommend it.
Bypass the school? What do you mean?
Well,
Like testing out of the program.
yes, something like that. Every once in a while, we'll get wizards from other schooling areas, and they, want to have a bit of bragging rights that they made it through our curriculum, if it were, and they just sort of well, make their way through the tower. Well, they certainly try to, but I would not recommend that.
What? So this
Why not?
this test, yeah. Why not? Why do you not recommend it?
Why would you go and take a test blindly?
It's fair. That's very fair.
You can't just like walk up the tower stairs or something?
Well, I suppose you could go up the tower if you're successful going up the tower.
Are you saying there's obstacles in our way that we have to surpass?
Yes. Obstacles makes them sound dense, but yeah, sure, yeah.
Can't we just like send a message? Can you get a message to the headmaster and be like, hey, these people have things they need to talk about?
No, we don't send messages to the headmaster. He sends them to us. He seems to know everything he needs to know. It'd be redundant for us to tell him anything.
but does he know?
If he knows everything, then that means he knows we're coming, and that means he knows we want to talk to him. So that means he knows we want to get to him. So shouldn't we just get through without all these silly obstacles and such?
Hey, all-knowing headmaster. Can we just come upstairs, please?
Tholdrum
He kind of looks around, wondering what everyone else is looking around.
Tholdrum just kind of like sips his tea and like doesn't really know what to say at this point.
Hello.
Well, if he didn't want you to find him in the tower, he probably would have said something.
Well, I suppose the only
So,
way
you know,
to
We can start the school year right away.
No.
What is
Uh,
as
12 years when it comes to great knowledge? I can
sir,
find forms.
No, thank you. We
Do
are.
you take
Well-
transfer credits? I don't have my transcript on me, but I was top of my class at the Amaranthine Academy.
Oh my lord.
Oh.
I'm all self-taught, sadly.
I'm not a
Regardless, he
wizard.
sounds very impressed by it.
Um one before we continue, one personal question I have for you.
Getting rather personal.
Yes. Well, it's actually in regards to the thesis that I have been writing.
Hmm.
Yes.
Oh, what do we have?
I've been on a personal journey of sorts, really trying to hammer down the magical capabilities and benefits that dwarves hold, because at least from where I'm from, magical dwarves are not very welcome.
Well, that is unfortunate, first of all. Dwarves are always welcome within these halls, though there never have been too many. But I would certainly love to see what you've written. We so rarely deal with, and take no offense, but road wizards. You know, not so much in the schools, but travel around and learn their abilities on the paths and trails. It's always very fascinating.
Yes, I'm sort of self-taught in that way. I had to pick up secret magic as I grew. It was you can imagine the environment I grew up in. But yes, if you would like to take a look at he kind of like opens up his bag and almost immediately has it at the ready, like as if he was waiting for him to ask, and just sort of like throws it onto the table.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. He already picks it up, kind of looking over it.
While you're reading, if we have to take part in these tests, is there anyone in the school who has already partaken and we could maybe speak to?
Well, any of the teachers here have certainly taken the test. I don't think they're much allowed to tell you about what's in there.
I'm
It's
sure we
really-
can.
It's really more of a test to see that make sure that you're ready to go out into the world outside of these halls.
Hmm.
But we came from outside these
Yeah.
halls, so we've already
Yeah,
circumvented the test.
but you're not wizards of this school outside these halls. That's what the tower is there to prove.
It's Thuldrum turns to everyone. He's like, he has a point. We're all very self-taught, as it were.
Very true.
And if you truly believe in your abilities, my fine road wizard, you can attempt the tower.
Is there
so-
is there particularly anything to prepare us, like maybe a study program or a piece of parchment or a book we might look at?
That isn't 12 years long.
Precisely.
I can sign you up for classes.
Do you get commission for the amount of people you get sign up for classes? It certainly feels like it's
Absolutely not. I just love teaching the young.
very.
do,
It's
you,
good to have a passion.
do you have to be magic to get to the tower?
Oh, well, we have means to get you to the tower. Getting to the tower, that's the easiest part of the entire ordeal.
Okay.
And then of course, is the library open to anyone?
I think we can give you some visitor passes.
Excellent. He kind of leans over to Helana and he's like, perhaps we can find something of literature about this tower, maybe even a history of it. It might help us.
Wouldn't hurt, but I don't think that's. I believe this man. I don't think they're going to have anything lying around to just let you cheat, I guess, is the appropriate term.
Since when is being prepared cheating, though?
Well, not not prepared in the way that we want us to be prepared, I think, is what I'm getting at.
So are we supposed to just tackle the tower blindly?
I certainly wouldn't. I like studying. I like to go into school. And
The more
again,
he says not to, the more I want to.
12,
Did you
12 years really isn't that long.
Did you go through the tower?
Oh, of course I did. You
Was it
never
fun?
come. He kind of clutches at Kiwi's arm. You don't come out the same.
I want the insight check that.
Go for it.
Yeah, can I do?
Go for
Like,
it.
just like
I feel like the room kind of got a little darker as he said that, and then like lit back up.
well, I feel like he's like
Nice.
messing
got
with us
nice.
intentionally.
Oh yeah,
25.
he's clearly an old man with a lot of stories.
12. I'm not as good as Feda.
Um, you believe him when he said he came down. He wasn't the same when he left the tower. Though you're now doubting how threatening the statement was.
Well, you know what I say? I say there are 5 of us, and between us 5, I think we can manage getting up this tower.
I can climb very well.
It's true.
Timing is good.
Do not try to climb the tower. I will tell you that right now.
We have to walk up the stairs, though, right?
Well, even that would be saying too much. So, is this what you're deciding?
Well, we don't have 12 years, and we really need to see the headmaster, so I suppose
As you wish. Oh, it's always a shame to see a bright young mind not make it to graduation. Yeah.
You know, you could have some
Stuff up
faith.
after.
Tholdrum kind of like plucks his thesis out of
Oh.
his hands. perhaps later I'll let you finish it. It's not quite done. And he just kind of stuffs it back in his pockets.
Well, I hope you get the opportunity to finish it.
I'm sure I will.
Seriously. You're being ominous in a way. I think you're trying to discourage us. You think, like, as someone who wants to teach, you'd be like, yeah, let's go for it.
Oh,
Students
I-
challenging
I-
themselves. That's
I
good.
am very adamant on having you go forward if it involves learning.
Yes, I think he's just being biased towards homeschooling.
Tholdrum kind of peeks up a little bit, and as if he just remembered something, he's like, "Oh, sir, I do believe you've been out in the world in your time, haven't you?
Sure. I
So
don't just hang around the school. Kind of shifty eyes.
my apologies. But have you ever been through the Green Tongue?
Oh, a time or two.
And have you ever come across anything strange or unusual?
Such as what?
It kind of looks over at the rest of everyone. Well, a town per se that isn't on any map.
It's a spooky town.
Yeah, twirls his beard for a bit as he ponders. I don't recall any towns in the in that forest. Are you certain?
Oh,
Do you-
oh yes.
Do you know this bard who's a really kind of a jerk face?
Oh yes, and he
He's
flies
too
around
kind.
he flies around on a ship that can go between dimensions.
Kind of
A
the
bard
knife.
that mayhaps holds knives in tandem.
He looks now incredibly baffled by everything you've said. I
That's fair.
I'm going to say no.
Really, because he's quite famous. I'm surprised.
I don't much listen to music.
I was a bit, I was like, not the music kind of man.
Are there any, like, possibly any, maybe ex-adventurers wandering about the town?
I should imagine so. Um, there's a good number of the teachers that did quite a bit of travel. My focus was on teaching in theoretical magics, the scholarly side of magic, not the throwing fireballs at things. I could, but I'd much rather read.
I feel like I don't need to insight check that.
Have you ever come across any magical items of possibly even divine nature?
Oh, of course. We see such objects in here fairly often. There is a museum of collected antiquities and magical things.
And he kind of like leans in towards Fada. He's like, "Well, should we show him?"
No.
I think we should check out the museum. And then come, if we can't find out anything, come back and tackle
You
the
think-
tower.
You think the museum would have information about this?
Could at least give us some where to start looking.
Very well. Yeah, I do suppose we need to start being more wary on who we trust.
So
Think-
we leave the museums then, yes?
Yes, I do believe we're going to take our leave now, sir. Thank you so much for humoring us.
Oh,
Ways of the
of
museum.
course.
Yeah, can you tell us where the museum is?
Oh, yes. He juts the old finger. Just down the hall, and then right, and a right and a left.
Thank you very
You,
much.
you won't miss it. Don't try to touch things. I mean, the students are aware of that. I'm not sure how much you know of things here. Don't touch things as a general rule.
Just straight,
It's just polite.
sheer look straight through Kiwi.
Yeah.
Just
Look with
going,
your eyes, not your tongue.
no eating anything, please.
Well,
Well,
what
I
if
would-
it smells really good?
Then you definitely shouldn't lick it.
Then you smell it and go, oh, that smells good, and then leave.
Don't like it.
Kiwi, some of the most dangerous things in this world smell good but taste deadly.
That's why I never liked school. Books have no taste.
Anyway,
Shall be on our way. We will come back for that travel. Sir, what is your name? Sorry, we've been so very rude.
Oh, yes, of course. I am a Howitzer Stroob.
Hounderstroop. Helena
What?
Wellspring.
What's your
Pleasure.
talking cat's name?
I have a talking cat.
We will be back momentarily for the travel to the tower.
Of course, of course.
Oh,
Enjoy our campus. I hope it will inspire you to come to the school proper someday.
Thuldrum kind of does a little bow and he's like, Thuldrum Runecore, it was nice to meet you.
Kiwi's gonna copy the
It
little
was
bow
a pleasure.
and just stay bowed for like till somebody nudges her or something.
Oh yeah. Come along, Kiwi. And kind of
Okay.
nudges her with his staff.
I'll do a lazy curtsy on my way out. Ursula Skilla.
It is a pleasure. I'm going to stop bowing because it's not easy on the old back. But so as a group, I want you to know it was very nice to meet you. I
Yep, and-
hope you will.
We'll see you when we complete the tower.
Yes, yes.
Do
Homeschool
we
for
need to
life.
come back to
I
you to get
certainly
to
hope
the tower?
He makes his way. Yes, you do. I was going to wait for you to come back before I mention that. He says as he's making his round behind his desk again.
All
Bye.
right then.
Didn't wait for my name. I'm kidding.
You hear a soft mumble behind the desk. Did you hear that? They thought you were talking. What? No, of course not. No, don't be silly.
Oh my lord.
So weird.
Very well, on to the museum.
To the
Yes.
museum.
Magical artifacts. We might find what we're looking for in the museum. We might get lucky.
Which direction do you take?
Right.
Right, left.
Kiwi's gonna turn left.
No,
It's
no, no,
gonna
no,
grab
no, no.
Kiwi.
Right, left. Not left, right.
But that's right.
It's just that
Kiwi, we don't want to. Oh, wait, no, she's right. That's. Did he mean right coming from the entrance or right leaving?
Oh god,
I
don't
think he meant
overthink
stage
it.
right.
Oh no.
I'm gonna go to the right.
Just shout over. Did you mean the right from the door or the right from your desk?
Are you popping back in to do that?
Yeah.
Yes.
just like-
From my door.
Oh, from
Thank
his
you.
door. From his door. Okay, got it.
Let's go.
Glad we cleared that up.
Yes, good luck in the tower.
Exactly.
Yeah, first we get bested by doors. Now we're getting bested by directions. We're a
Well, what's
hopeless
this?
mess.
We got bested by doors. You got bested by doors.
Just because you have magical words, Ursula, doesn't mean a thing.
Come on, right, left. Let's have a look.
All right, very well.
Amazing.
You pass by several classrooms currently in session. I'm gonna say, Throldum, your ears just perk, hearing magical theory in one of them, and discussion of a more efficient fireball.
I think Thuldrum's gonna be like, kind of like his ears
And the
dragging
room
to
that
the.
you pass. It's
Oh.
the slow how the walk just sort of creeps a little slower.
Yeah, he just kind of like creeps a little slower, trying to catch like every word of the conversation as he walks on.
There's another room that you pass that just seems to have a large tank of water with quite a few of the students just sitting in an almost meditative stance, just kind of just calmly just breathing and just seem to focus themselves. You
Kiwi's
see
gonna
the teachers walking around, just kind of nodding, looking at them.
Kiwi's gonna pull on Thuldrum's robe and be like, look, they have a pool.
Thuldrum's gonna look in the direction that Kiwi's looking.
You can ask about it later.
I'm not entirely sure that's a pool. I think
What
it's
else would it be?
possibly a sacred fountain of healing waters. I don't think it's used for recreational use, is what I mean.
I bet some of the students come in at night and swim anyway.
You know they do.
You might not be wrong there. I mean, a youngling
Yeah.
at a school like this for 12 years, somehow they have to blow off steam.
I don't think the fireballs help with that.
Ha ha ha.
Oh,
The puns. The puns.
That was both a pun and a genuine question. I personally think that fire magic would be a good way to just get rid of some stress.
That's true. That's
You
your,
just
yeah,
fire
But
a
right.
also, yes,
fireball
it
into
was-
the pool. You get plenty of steam that way.
I too have.
Hey.
I too, in my young days, have incinerated many a haystack to blow off some steam.
Sounds like you had a fiery temper.
You don't want to test it.
Got my own fire magic.
is it normal for schools to last for like 12 years? Goblin school lasts for like a year.
Tholdrum's gonna stay quiet.
Yes.
places
like,
different.
Oh, please don't. I want to know.
Some places just have different standards of length.
yes, we have to talk about Goblin School later. What does that entail?
Mm, you know, well, our goblin school, we learned about things, and that books taste like nothing.
You ate books at school?
Try to devour the knowledge. Yes.
You've never just, I may have taken a bite or three.
Sounds like your
First one
professors
was-
really threw the book at you.
And one of them did when they got angry. Yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm in
Once with the day.
physical
I
pain.
really am.
What's the day?
You're just relentless tonight.
Yeah, like, wow.
As this conversation carries on, the hallway you're on just seems to open up into a separate room. There's no doors; it's just an open space. As you enter, there is various objects in different glass panels and cases, or sealed along the wall. As you make your move, you'll see just, staff after stave after wand, with different names accrediting ownership to, and when it was donated to the school or when it was discovered. You're spotting daggers and swords with just either intricate, rune work on them, or, gems in the hilt, or some that look just oddly plain. There are also, a wall of books that are, strictly bound. These obviously are not open access like you would find something in the library. These are things that are lock and key and lock and key and lock and key.
It's the forbidden section.
Yes, it would seem so.
Beyond that, you do see, I'm going to say you're smart enough to assume that there would be iron golems set, along one of the back walls, just, probably a precaution.
It's a kiwi.
Well, I don't think we would I don't think we would easily be able to get into the restricted section.
Yeah, and kiwi don't touch anything.
It's so boring here.
So nothing seems to similar to the what God, Tandem gave us nothing similar to that.
Nothing that calls out with that exact feel.
Mm.
I mean, as you press your near each, glass case, that's, oh my God, I want to play with that. But nothing that has the same direct feeling of Tandem's harp.
Can I I'm going to use read aura, and I just want to slowly scan the room for to kind of see if there's anything of focus that I should be looking at. Let me just throw that up.
I'm just going to give it to you.
Oh, okay.
Because you could spend probably hours in this room just
Okay.
staring at the auras
Oh, okay.
of all these things. It is a just a beautiful array of colors of every type of magic school. Again, nothing directly comes off as what you
Not like the green color that we've experienced.
not that same green. No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, it seems that if we want to find anything of interest here, we'll have to actually dig through the literature, which I'm not sure everyone is up for that.
Even I'm getting a little bored of that idea. I want to try something. This is getting exciting. I want to try something exciting.
Such as, do you have any suggestions?
Can we check the map with the? Ooh.
Oh, yes, but we probably should.
Certainly.
Might
yeah,
want to make
get
sure
the map.
nobody's looking while we do it.
I'm sure that everyone's busy.
You didn't spot anyone in this room.
Yeah. Well, just looking at the golems, just.
We're not allowed to touch anything. It's the most boring room. Who would come in here?
Thuldrum kind of unfoils the map and lays it on the ground.
Handful of seeds, and just to see. I guess one actually, just to see if it
Yeah, just one.
pings on where we're
So-
currently.
The first thing you are going to notice when you open up the map is it seems a lot more focused on where you are right now, where you are within the city. It looks like it's a much closer view.
Oh wow,
That
you had
seems
prior.
different.
it's changed. I knew this was a magic map, but it seems to have zoomed in on the city.
Hmm. Well, then maybe I should use a handful of seeds just to be safe.
By all means.
The bag does not
For
seem to
sure.
have depleted any of the seeds, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that was the case. So yeah, just a handful and just to see how it goes.
And sure enough, you scatter them, and then within a moment, they sort of just kind of arc and slowly bob right above where the floating tower would be on the map.
Well, now we know.
I'm going
Yes,
to
we
make
do.
an educated guess and assume that the person we are looking for is exactly the headmaster, and he is withholding the next seed. Just an educated guess.
You're probably right.
Well, I really want to try this tower. If it's full of puzzles or dangerous monsters, don't any of you want to just sort of want to just jump in head first?
If I can set something on fire, then I'm all for it.
Tower, tower, tower.
You really start joining in. Just tower.
He kind of nudges Theta. He's like, "Come on, it'll be fun."
Totally cool stuff in the tower.
Fine. Let's go.
You may call us stupid, but you cannot say we're not courageous. So that
To
and I
the
like
tower.
courage.
Dun dun dun.
So yeah, I
This-
think we're just heading on back. We're going to back to the old
Alright.
man.
Just wanted to check out, so let's head back.
Kiwi starts to make a few wrong turns.
Stop.
Oh
Kiwi.
my god.
Where is your sense of direction?
Um,
Kiwi,
Probably left
Kiwi,
it
as
at
you're
home.
as you're pulled away, you got a glance into a room that apparently was teaching flying or levitation or something awesome. Because these kids are having a blast and they are not on the ground right now.
They
You're
were
pulled
just-
away from them.
No, I want to watch.
He kind of leans over. He kind of pats Kiwi on the shoulder. He's like, "I want to watch too. Trust me, but we have to go right now."
Look, I've seen my father do it before. It's not that exciting.
Your dad could fly?
Well, more walk on air, but it's
Flying is just sky swimming. It's not that big a deal.
I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, what can you say?
Whatever does.
Well, let's go then.
You're returning to the High Wizard Stroobs
Yes.
quarters.
Yep.
Hi, Wizard Stroobs, interim president
Hmm.
or principal.
Oops.
Principal.
Interim principal.
High wizard implies the existence of the higher and highest wizards.
Of course.
Just going to walk in and just be like, "Hello, kitty."
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Droogs, we would require the transport, whatever it is that would take us to the tower.
You hear the shuffling behind the desk as he makes his way down the stairs again. Oh, well, I hope you gathered some sort of information that'll help you. You're
Half
sure about this?
I
Yeah,
have
we're just
another-
winging it.
I have another question that might be not polite.
Oh, go on.
So, if you have like an extra 80 pounds of magic in your head, couldn't you just
Yeah.
magic the desk smaller?
Well, I never thought of it.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't break eye contact. He just stops there.
The surprise on Elena's face.
Now you have that idea. It'll
I
be
will.
way more convenient.
You know, I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
At least she's inquisitive.
You're going to tear
Well.
down the entire hierarchy of this school with all your ingenious questions.
It has it's been a while since anyone was he pauses and glance brave enough to just tackle the tower. We still got to have some ceremony. It's only proper, but this way he motions to a set of doors on the other side of the room, and you know, he pushes them right open.
It's not the
I'm
magic in
gonna-
his brain. It makes
Fulgrim
his-
just kind of like glares at the doors, like, "Are you kidding me?"
All right, let's see here. The room is rather dark. As he entered, there's a wave of the wrist and candles light up on all the walls. And there are several chests in the room. He says, "Let's see, come now, come." There we are. Opens up one of them and starts pulling something out and starts setting a very traditional, what you would think, wizarding hat on each of your heads. Notch on every single one.
Can we
Um,
can we make some holes for the ears? I mean, they fit nicely into the pointy bit, but you know.
You'll do that on your time, I suppose.
We get to keep them?
Well, yes. Why would I want to use hat?
We get to keep the hats.
Now there's matching robes, but they're kind of itchy. Do you want those too?
I have my own
I'll
robe,
pass.
thank you.
Yes, I don't like itchy sweaters as it is. So
No.
Not much of a robe person, but the hat is so
No,
cool.
I hear that.
For her to be able to move.
And now you know why I have tall desk.
Oh boy.
Nope, I don't get it.
That's right. Let that sink in.
Oh, okay then.
So Aussie hats all we need, or
Though you got the hat, the robes, which you chose not to, the 12 years of knowledge to prepare yourselves, and no, that is really all you need.
He's really pushing the 12 years of knowledge.
Well,
You-
ready?
just
I
an
suppose.
excited thumbs up? Like,
We're at
"Yee."
school.
Don't have much other choice, I suppose.
Excellent.
Oh, by the way,
Into the circle, everyone. Oh,
I do have one question.
oh,
Say
of course.
say we
Seeking knowledge is why you should be here.
What? No, I'm
Taken.
out.
So, say all goes well as we hope it should, and we succeed through the tower. Do we receive anything
I assume a diploma.
like
yeah, generally a diploma.
but any further knowledge or like spells or anything like that?
Oh, so you want knowledge and spells, do you? Well,
Oh no!
I have
So
a
the-
Alright.
different
Please.
opportunity for you.
Boy,
Can we just get on the circle and go?
I was just
I would be okay
curious.
with dinner.
Hey, I tell you what, if you come back alive, I'll give you vouchers for the cafeteria, and you can eat.
Yes.
Yes,
Good enough, I suppose.
yes.
School food.
Into the circle.
All right, here we go. Good luck. And with that, there's a flash of light.
And away we go.
And you are standing before the tower. And with that, we are going to go to
Ominous.
our break.
Jesus. I keep yawning. I'm sorry.
I understand we're in a school and it's boring, so
I like school. That's the thing.
clearly you're in school. So.
Yeah.
Drugs, don't do school.
Well, what? No. All right. right, welcome back. So you all have arrived outside the tower. There's that sudden pressure change as you are suddenly aware you are significantly higher than you were just a moment ago. There seems to be verdant forest, almost jungles behind you. And the only thing you can clearly see is this deep greenery and the massive tower that stands before you.
Thuldrum kind of like tucks his robe a little bit, like tugs at it because he feels like a chill. Because obviously, since they're higher up, it's a lot colder. Geez, I haven't felt a wind like this since I left my home in the mountains.
I don't feel the cold very much.
That's concerning.
It's useful. I had a very concerning thought just as we landed. What if there's no door?
Maybe that's part of the challenge.
Kiwi could
Kick the
always.
tower.
I was just gonna say that.
That's it. Keep that in the back pocket, I guess. Yeah.
Despite the concerns, there is indeed a door.
Oh, I was just like not looking at it, just like, oh, there is. Oh.
Oh, your neck was craned up. You were looking at the tower.
Yeah, exactly. Thank Phasma. There is a door. Oh.
I can still kick the door.
No,
Let's just
no.
try opening it.
Wait.
I don't
First-
know. That was a challenge earlier.
First, let's not be rude. And Elena will just knock on it and just like, we are coming in.
After a moment's pause, the doors do just open up.
Well, that's handy.
Oh, that's interesting, if not slightly unsettling.
Hmm.
Maybe
So-
next time we go downstairs, you knock.
We just
I-
knock.
Point.
I don't think knocking was the issue with the other doors.
Well, you never know until you try.
Elena steps through the. Actually, I guess, can we see? Is it dark inside?
It is
As a door
very
open?
dark inside.
Oh, that's what I assumed.
Throwing up my my light spell. I'm gonna
The dancing lights.
my dancing lights.
Beads and lights.
All right.
And I believe I can produce 4 of them in like a kind of like a line as we go. Like it'll follow me anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much, but yeah.
Kiwi's gonna try to lick one.
God damn.
I'm gonna leave it up to you. What happens, Tholdrum?
Her tongue kind of just goes through the sphere of light, and it's a little warmer than the rest of the room, but that's about it.
Is everyone stepping in?
Yep.
Yes. Giddily.
What is the range on the dancing lights?
The range is
It's 10 feet per orb.
Yes. 10 feet per orb, which
Okay.
we're an enclosed corridor, I would imagine.
We'll find out.
And no, we're not.
Surprise!
You aren't. You aren't.
Oh.
It is actually quite cavernous.
Oh.
As you step into the door.
Oh, huzzah.
I have dark vision, so I'll kind of hover near in the middle and keep a lookout for anything that might be like approaching outside the range of the orbs.
I also have dark vision.
I also have dark vision.
Okay. We're
Yeah, I'm the
set.
only one who
Okay.
doesn't. Please
I
help.
don't.
I'll just. Oh, right, I didn't realize.
I don't think I do. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Tholdrum's gonna let the light float kind of near Fada and Kiwi. Does Kiwi have dark vision or
It's Helena
Okay,
that does it.
Helena does? So Helena and Fada, the light's gonna kind of just stay near you guys, while me and Ursula and Kiwi kind of scan the room with our dark vision.
Well, thank
All
you.
right. It's incredibly musty in here. You don't believe that anyone has been through here or certainly maintained this in a very long time. It is a stone floor, and there are softly glowing symbols traced all around it. You do see two figures near torches that are lit. They appear to be also golem-like or suits of armor, but they are standing at attention near these flames. They're due on the glance. You are going to notice what seems to be cobwebs or spider webs in various coats of the room, and what appears to be very aged, worn down skeletons seem to litter the floor.
Well, that's ominous, and it's the first thing I want to look at.
Well,
peek at the skeletons.
I think now would be the best time to ready any weapons that you may have. It seems we are going to have to fight.
A bone to pick with these folks.
Oh God.
We only had 5 minutes. Come on.
Fada's gonna cast light on her glove, just so that she has a light source for herself as well.
Okay.
Kiwi's pretty much always carrying a club, so.
So yeah, I want Helena will check out some of the skeletons and just sort of have a look at them. Looking to see possibly, I guess, cause of death.
What did you roll?
Oh no, I cast light. I clicked it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was.
No, yeah.
My bad.
Do you want me to roll anything for that?
At this point, I'm going to say you can't tell what happened to him. You can try for a closer inspection.
Yeah, like just get as close as I can to. Is there anything I need to roll, or?
Yes, if you can roll. We have investigation.
Yeah, we could do that.
Certainly don't. Oh no, I think I do. Yeah, look at that. Oh, sorry, I'll give it a go. Oh, 19.
Nice.
Intimidation.
Oh, did I roll
Intimidation.
intimidation? I apologize.
You shake your fist at skeleton, something fierce.
How dare you be a
Tell me your
skeleton?
secrets.
Dang it. I read the wrong one.
Get up, lazy bones.
Angry at all these puns. I really
I
don't
am
see the
getting it.
humorous in the situation.
Dag nabbit.
I don't see an investigation on
Velvet, I
Um,
swear to God.
No regrets.
I mean, I have medicine.
Go for a medicine.
Well, that's the
I'll,
best I've got.
Someday I'm going to remember all of your skills, and it's going to be a wonderful day.
Well, I got a 6. That's what happens when I roll.
At this point, they appear to be so aged and worn. It's really hard to tell.
But yeah, nothing like. I guess
Nothing in here stands out.
Mm.
There's no, shattered bones or anything. It looks just as if piles of skeletons.
I'm going to say that I've conjured 4 orbs of light, and they're kind of like going towards the center of the room and lifting up each 10 feet apart, so I can kind of illuminate as much as possible.
All right. I'm going to say by this point, you got a pretty good, reasonable dim light throughout the room.
So am I able to see those circles on the ground, or?
Yes, they did have they were illuminated, before you came in. So you noticed that soft blue glow.
Okay. I'm going to. I want to know more about those. So I'm gonna roll for would that have to be like occultism?
You could try that one or a general arcana check.
Yeah. How would you do a general arcana check?
I mean, just an arcana check. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Hey, join in on that?
Let's do occultism. That's fine. 7.
Oh God.
Nothing really stands out for you.
Okay.
It's obviously their magic, but their exact purpose you're not following.
Okay.
I have a pitch, Bran.
Talk to me.
Could I roll performance? Since this is some kind of test, I wonder what exactly they're hoping for us to do, or what situation to put us through, or some kind of lore for that.
What exactly what exactly are you wanting to convey from your dance?
So not so much a performance from me, but I'm thinking of this is like a performance, right? They're used to putting people through this test. See if I can kind of see
if
the
you
strings
can
tugging at the puppet, like, you know, what exactly are they expecting from us, or trying to put us through to gauge us, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
$15.
Yeah.
Not my best, but it's double digits.
I'm gonna say that's a tricky one. That we discussed it. I'm gonna say the way the symbols on the floor are set, it feels very stage-like because of how it's centered. It does feel like this would be the focus of attention right in that area. Past that, nothing strong is going to come to you. As you are doing that, the doors behind you do close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just double down and throw up an Arcana check on the circles again,
Sure,
because I have higher Arcana and I might have a better chance.
go for it.
13.
Near as you can tell, they probably are, at least to some degree, a teleportation. You don't know if it's on the receiving end or the you traveling end, but it looks like this is a place where movers go.
Okay. So it doesn't seem there's any clear sign of what we need to do here. And it seems that these circles are used for teleportation purposes, but I can't tell exactly if this is a puzzle or if we're to fight something. Does anybody have any ideas?
Well, if it's for teleportation, I'm going to do something that my father. I'm going to steal a saying from my father, and it's a risk it for a biscuit. And Helena will just step on one of the circles and see what happens.
I love that saying. As you step on the circle, it sort of shimmers a little bit around your feet, but nothing really happens. Except you now hear a booming voice
Oh God.
in the room. It seems to be coming from everywhere. You can't pick up an exact direction on it. So you've chosen your fate.
Oh fuck.
Hello?
Is this the headmaster?
Is this a boss rush? Do we get to pick what kind of things we fight?
You've already picked for us.
Yes, I know. I'm so excited. Well, come on.
Are you ready, young wizards?
All right. Yes.
We shall see. If you ever wish to leave this room, state now, with full truth, what do you seek?
A meeting with the headmaster?
A meeting with the headmaster.
I am here to hopefully find someone who could break my curse.
That wasn't for you. Well, that will be for you. I'm going to say that sure enough, thanks to Helena, the portal activated.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I thought I was being rather truthful, but all right.
How many teleportation circles are there?
There's-
Hmm?
How many teleportation circles are there? Is it just the one, or are they like scattered around?
It seemed to be scattered around because wherever you were instantly pulled away.
Okay.
Once Helena said that.
Well, I did my part, I guess. So, anybody else want to give it the old college try?
Thulgrim kind of thinks to himself for a second. Well, wait. Do we have to do anything else, or?
As far as you know, you're out of that room.
I know,
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I'm just meaning for this next room.
Oh.
As you appear in this next room, there are just surges of lightning, just cracking. It sounds just right behind your ear every time. Just that bright flashes of light. It's like you walked into a Tesla coil. It's just a constant barrage of arcing light around you. And you hear that voice again. It's good enough to know what's in your own heart. But let's see how much you know about the world around you. For right now, you are in the belly of the blue dragon. What out in the world is your friend in this situation? What will save you from the blue dragon? You have 5 minutes.
Oh no.
oh shit.
Uldrum just kind of like looks around at everyone. Maybe we should have taken up on that old man on his 12-year offer.
What? No, I will be fine. Just what's good against light? I mean, looking around the room, I guess I mean, if lightning is a key, what's good against lightning?
Well, what? There are things that conduct lightning, and then there are things that transfix lightning to sponge it, I suppose. So, rubber?
Stone, maybe?
I mean, what's other than the lightning around the room? What else is there?
It's dead bodies.
There are some what appears to be charred bodies.
Other than those guys as well.
Don't get hit by lightning. Got it.
They didn't teach us much about dragons in Goblin School.
What in the? So Thulgrim just kind of like taps his forehead. He's like, "What in the world saves you from the blue dragon?" Let's see.
Is there any clear pattern to the lightning, or it's just like random ass lightning?
Random. It's just sporadic, just constant flashes and crackling just all along the walls.
Is there a clear exit, or?
I wish I had some lore of some sort.
I would like to make a lore check to see if the blue dragon is an allusion to something, or a proper tale in its own right.
Go for it.
11.
near as you can consider, Blue Dragon is probably Blue Dragon. There's been, several people that try to take up the mantle, but they also incidentally were probably destroyed by Blue Dragons for doing such an offensive act. So,
Can I try a roll to see if I know anything about blue dragons? Because Bree's blinking and I don't know what fate it would
of course,
know. Would that be a lore roll for me or would it be something else?
we can go with lore if that's for you.
Okay. Mine's. If I can get to my. There we go. That's a 9. So clearly I know everything.
The distraction of the room around you is a lot right now. It's kind of hard to focus on
That's fair.
stories you've heard.
Kiwi is also going to try a warfare roll to see if
Ooh.
Because that's what
any,
mine was, but
but she's trying to see specifically if any of the strategies she was taught for protecting of her tribe had anything to do with dragons. Like, does she remember anything? Oh,
23.
23.
Nice.
one of us knows something.
23.
So Kiwi, you you clutch your chin and tilt your head back and think. And you recall that one of the goblin war chiefs had insisted that different tactical moves have dragon names because they're powerful sounding. You recall in one of the references when going against an attack referred to as the blue dragon, it was referred to as a strike from the brass.
So
Brass dragon, then?
Wait, strike from the brass? What is.
brass. Yeah, that is what we were taught. We
Maybe
did.
Maybe
I
it's
do.
Now, what that technically means for Kiwi is a a low shot to the nethers with a club.
Yeah,
But
that's what
the actual saying is a little more elegant than the maneuver itself.
So against the blue dragon, you do the strike of the brass, which is when you take your club and you go whack.
Oh, okay. Well, do you.
It's a bit
That's as-
crude, but it perhaps refers to staying low.
Yes. And
Oh,
someone with a staff could easily do that maneuver. So it's a good a guess as any. So do you want to take the lead on this, Kiwi?
Oh, okay. Do I stand in the glowy stuff?
Just stand into the circle and answer the question.
Okay. So Kiwi's gonna walk out into the very middle of the circle and she's just gonna go, brass!
There's a pause, and you hear a soft mechanical mechanism tick a few times,
Don't know if I like that sound or not.
and and the lightning stops.
Yay!
Ooh. Well, thank the gods for that.
If you're my hair standing on end.
I
Way to
take
go,
back some of the
Kiwi.
mean things I said about Goblin School. Not all of them, but some of them.
way to go, Kiwi. And Vada's gonna hold out a hand for a high five.
Kiwi's gonna lick your hand.
God damn. That tracks. That tracks. I should have seen that coming. That's on me.
You can't solve all of your problems or anything with just eating, Kiwi. You have to,
I didn't eat anything.
you tried.
Okay,
I mean,
so
you tried to eat my orb of light earlier, which
I didn't try to eat it. I was just tasting it. Just
And what is that the first step to?
it
admitting you
depends.
have a problem. Are
I was-
we? Are any of the like? Where was I going with that? I don't remember.
are the circles lighting up different colors, or is it moving, or what's happening?
They have they are now a different color.
Okay.
You're ready to take flight whenever you guys are ready.
Oh,
All right. Well, that was just the first level. Are we ready?
nope. But let's go anyway.
Does
And
anybody
Kiwi
want
gets to pick next. She's the reason we get to move fast.
Yes. Go ahead and pick one of the circles, Kiwi. I'm going to have a quick snack.
Kiwi's already standing like in the middle of one.
Just like, what?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
He's like Tholdrum just kind of like looks over like side eye as he's chewing on a piece of jerky.
You should share snacks.
He kind of just like grabs a piece from his bag and tosses it to her.
We are in school. Bring enough for the whole class.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing.
You all have leftovers from that feast. Get your own.
Got a point. And Feta will take out one of her own.
Kiwi's gonna like kind of like tap the circle with her foot and be like, okay, how do we get this thing to move?
As you do the foot tap, again, all of you are suddenly pulled away.
Oh,
This is easy.
It's an odd
don't say
sensation.
that.
Somebody had to.
As you-
Nobody had to.
Somebody had to.
Oh my god.
as you suddenly appear into this room, there's the acrid smell of explosives or explosions and of burnt materials. Strewn around the room seem to be various belongings that you would expect an up-and-coming wizard to carry. There's various books and orbs and staffs just sort of laying near these points of impact.
Tholdrum's gonna kind of like lift up his foot underneath, which I'm guessing is covered in ash. And he's gonna be like, everybody watch your step in here. It seems we are standing on top of our past wizard brethren and sisters. Wizard
Lovely.
folk.
No relation.
Kiwi will look down and be like, I'm sorry, I'm standing on you. I didn't choose that.
The voice echoes in the room once more. Yes, the brass dragon's correct. That may have been a little too easy. Well, since you seem to have paid some attention in school, this room shouldn't be any issue for you at all. During your second semester here, your teacher, the one who belongs specifically to you, gave you a phrase. What was it? You have another 5 minutes.
Wait, so the question was, your teacher specifically assigned to you gave you a phrase.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, poop.
Tholdrum is going to use dwarven lore in this case.
If that doesn't work, I've got something else.
I think this might do the role. Nope, that just describes it. Okay. I'm gonna do. What would I do to replace that then? Intellect or wisdom? Let's see.
It's intelligence for lore. It's intelligence and you're trained.
Okay.
So it's a +4 on top of your intelligence.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be 14.
You know, at this point, it could be anything. You don't know. There's nothing that would come to mind as far as your past knowledges that would pinpoint what this could be.
Okay. So
Does it really matter what it? Because if it's our personal teachers, then couldn't we just make it up and that's it?
it's
I mean,
it's
maybe
possible.
not make it up, but just I guess anything any teacher has ever told you.
Yes, exactly. Like,
I will
mean, he
step
said
on
the
a circle.
phrase.
Unless we are 100% certain, perhaps we shouldn't be so hasty.
Yes, Ursula. Before you get too ahead of yourself, I want Helena will check out one of the books that's scattered on the floor.
Okay.
Looking, I mean, I guess trying to skim read as quickly as possible, but looking for
Of the ones you find,
a phrase.
The password is just password.
Yeah, so I'm like, basically, yeah.
Open sesame.
1, 2, 3, 4. There are textbooks amongst the ash and the impact. I'm gonna say there's a couple spell books there too, but nothing that. Which would you like to examine closer?
The spell books.
All right.
They are personal, so
Give me a lore check.
I have academia. Lore.
Academia, perfect. I will
16.
give you advantage.
Ooh. $16.
16. First thing you notice that this one does appear to be checked out from the library.
Oh, that's a long overdue fee.
Oops.
It is. It is. It seems like many years ago this thing was set here. There are several spells that you're able to gather from this. It seems to be a pyromancy specifically in this book, teaching several more advanced fire spells. And there's a couple notes, scrawling on the pages.
None of the notes detail any like interactions with a teacher or any sort.
I'm gonna say there is one
Uh-oh.
that seems to stand out. That quite literally says "wrong place."
Wrong place. Well, this one has something written in it, but can this be correct? Wrong place. I could search for this pile of ash for hours, but I don't really think it would with us. We don't have that kind of time, so
I think we'd be best going with Ursula's plan then.
Oh boy.
I am going to make just take as far steps away from Ursula as possible.
The turn. Okay. I will strike a pose and recite what my favorite conductor would always tell me in the Amaranthine Academy. Ursula, don't be sorry, just be better.
No.
Took me a minute. Yeah, but okay.
Oh man.
And with that, all of you disappear from this place.
Oh thank God. Uh,
That was a life-changing moment for Ursula. She's never apologized since then.
Oh no.
And we now understand.
I just imagine her strutting through all of this with a very straight, certain face, just not shaken. But
Like we learned from Megamind, the most important thing is presentation.
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 You do have this continuous cool in all these situations.
And I kind of like, as we appear in this new room, I kind of look at Ursula and I'm like, does nothing ever shake you?
That explains so much.
We could have blown up. What if we were wrong?
Or
You could have blown
incinerated.
up.
I'm never wrong.
Oh, here we go.
I'm not going to even stroke that ego. We're just going to leave it.
Phrasing.
Yeah. So what's in this room?
When you enter this room, your first instinct is, oh, we're outside and it's nighttime.
Oh.
Oh, this is pleasant compared to the other.
It is incredibly pleasant here.
That's-
The scent of wildflowers just takes you. It is just a gentle starry sky above you. There is indeed a large, comfortable looking bed right in the center of this room.
That bed looks very, very appealing. But why is it
Probably a
here?
ruse. There's like a pea underneath the mattress.
Oh my god.
I mean, it doesn't make sense why there would be a bed unless it's the headmaster's bed. But I envisioned more of an office.
Don't know. It's a pretty cool room. Very high ceilings.
Smells very flowery.
The
Do not eat the flowers.
the echoing voice seems kind of further away in this room. It seems more carried on the wind. You have traveled very long and faced some incredible odds to be where you are now. Why not take a rest?
This is clearly a trick.
Mhm. I don't like it.
We'd rather see the rest of the tower.
Ha!
That's how
Okay.
they just come out. I have no filter.
a good
Thuldrum
one.
actually lets out kind of like, a very loud ha as he looks at Ursula and he's like, "I'll give you that one."
It's a gift and a curse.
I don't get it. Beta. Brita.
I don't know. I think. Hear me out. What if we sleep, and then we dream, and then we meet? I don't know about you all, but I've been having a lot of strange dreams since I've came to this island. A lot stranger than I normally have. And what if it's connected in some way?
Well, Helena, you're not the only one. I too have seen some things in my dreams. And he did not ask us a question this time. He simply
did. Why not?
Well-
Why not take a rest?
why not take a rest?
Feels like temptation.
Just don't lick the bed, Kiwi.
So
I guess. No,
Just-
that's gonna be
Do we-
pointless.
do we all sleep in like the same bed?
I don't think any of us are to fall asleep. I think I'm with you on this. It might be temptation.
Yeah, it kind of feels like that.
To be fair, going with our gut, we have done really well so far. So I kind of want to trust my gut on this.
I'm gonna do a nature check on like the foliage and stuff that's in this room.
Yeah, I was gonna just ask that. Is that okay if I do it too, or do you want just him to do it?
if you want to, feel free.
I would like to.
Oh, hopefully you'll have more luck. I had 6.
15.
Cool.
Better.
Just a little bit.
I'm going to say you recognize several of these plants, at least from books, if not in some of your travels outside of this territory. They're not native to this island, but the ones you do recognize are relatively harmless. Some of them even make very fine teas.
I'm going to try it.
The tea or the bed?
The bed. I'm not well, no, I don't enjoy good tea. But no, I think we've done pretty good so far, and it's the only thing suspicious. I say I'm going to give it a shot.
Anyone else opposed?
I mean, I'd warn you against going to bed and waking up dead, but I feel like that wouldn't bother you terribly.
Helena actually just sort of gives you a look, Ursula, and just like quite a stern look, just like jokes like that. That is where I draw the line. And we'll step towards the bed and I guess check it first, see how firm it is, and see if it's actually comfortable.
On your inspection, it appears to be a very normal bed and very comfortable.
You should probably look underneath it just in case.
That's a
That's
good
sound
idea.
advice.
I was just about to jump on and
That's where monsters hide.
get comfortable. So, yes, Helena will actually just sort of have a peek under just to see.
There's nothing that you can see underneath the bed.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Sure.
See, I was about to, but I feel like there's too much in here.
There's just too much magic. It's saturation.
Too bad.
Give it-
Too late.
give
I
it a
already
shot.
Go
did
ahead.
it.
No, you're fine. No, I wasn't trying to.
No rules.
No,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I'm just messing around.
Okay.
It's like,
How dare you criticize my no?
Sorry.
While there is definitely an air of magic everywhere around you, most of the energy seems to pinpoint from the 4 suits of armor that are standing on the corners of the area. On closer inspection, you notice that they do seem to be actually more animated than the ones you've seen prior. They are sort of just kind of, stationed at their post and standing tall, but there's still slight movements as if,
I don't land on this
a
ship.
guard on duty.
Helena, why don't
Mhm.
you try the bed and we will stand guard, as it were, in case anything happens.
I will say it again. I will risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, and she just sort of hops and rolls in and trying to get comfortable, but it's not easy sleeping with everyone watching me.
Biscuits are
Yeah, I'm here waiting
toothpaste.
with the healing spell just in case.
Thuldrum's gonna kind of ready a flame in his hand just in case as well.
For Helena, the bed is comfortable enough despite these many faces staring at you to trying to force you to rest. But nothing seems to be happening yet. The suits of armor seem to be glancing at the rest of the party right now, just sort of looking at them, then kind of just a slight motion to towards the bed or towards,
Well, it seems like you will have to cuddle. Come on.
Are you serious? I'm not climbing into this bed with everyone. There's hardly enough room.
Think of it as a bonding experience.
What size bed is it?
We're gonna say it's large, and we're even gonna give you various pillows around the bed, so you do not have to.
We're not sharing pillows, so it's fine.
So many pillows.
I refuse
Uldrum
to
just
approach anything smaller than a queen.
God.
Thuldrum kind of stamps his foot. He's like, "By the gods, I'm a dwarf, not a lily-livered child at a slumber party."
Just tapping the bed. Come on, you know you want to.
Kiwi dives right into the bed.
See, how easy is that? Besides, you're the one who wants to talk to the set master as much as I do, so come on.
Oh, all right, but don't you tell anyone of this.
Who am I going to tell?
Kiwi is already snoring.
just, just out like a light.
Thuldrum kind of grumpily just like climbs onto the bed and like crosses his arms as he's laying down.
Do we think we need to actually sleep?
I don't think so. I think it's a everybody in sort of scenario. He said rest, not sleep.
Technicality.
We did. All right. Fatal will get into bed too, very cautiously.
Ditto.
I'm gonna say there's a fair amount of time that passes as, you know, well, Kiwi's doing fine. She's already conked apparently.
I mean, Helena would get there eventually after people stopped staring.
I'm gonna say Thuldrum is probably the holdout.
If we are gonna go to sleep, I can cast sleep.
I was about to ask if someone had it.
I have sleep. That's why I was asking.
Oh my gosh.
It's an innate spell that I have from my deity. I can cast sleep.
I would think that Thuldrum would be grateful to just be knocked out at this point, because there's no way he can naturally just go to sleep in this scenario.
Same. Just knock us out.
Cast sleep. It generally requires a saving throw, but I don't know if it would require one if we're all just giving into it. But that's your call.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, the bed is comfy enough. I think he would openly accept it.
I'm gonna say it. You know, no saving throw necessary.
It'd be funny, but we're not here for total.
It's a serious
Speak for
business.
yourself.
Funny.
All right. As the sudden slumber takes you, you find yourself in a new area.
Oh, okay.
Very disorienting area. You do not see the floor. All you see is quite literally space around you. There's the swirl of the cosmos that just seems to be engulfing you.
Well, this is overwhelming.
I have no words.
Thuldrum kind of calls out, "Hello?"
The echo you experience is like nothing you've ever witnessed before. It just seems to bounce and travel, and it never seems to quite stop.
Well,
Kiwi is going to attempt to do like a front flip in space.
I was just about to say, you could test out your theory, Ursula, about how swimming is the same as walking through air is the same as swimming.
Well, I said flying is sky swimming. Just walking through the air is a different thing.
Tomato.
It's more like walking on water is like the same as walking through air.
Yeah.
Is there anything in here, or is it just?
Not that you can directly see.
Oh boy.
Hello,
I suc-
voice.
How successful is Kiwi's front flip?
Let's find out.
well.
Kiwi, give us a roll on that.
Athletics.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh,
24.
It's a sick flip.
There were about 4 more rotations than you expected, everyone. That was impressive.
Goblins. in
Tholdrum kind of gives like a
space.
little clap. Yeah.
Ace.
Golf clap.
Yes.
The voice returns. And you hear, well done. There really is just one last test. You've climbed so far, and now, will you accept your destiny? Throw yourself down and accept fate. And as you hear that, you see in the center of the room just seems to open up into a pit. You're not pulled into it, but it's there.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward.
In for a copper coin, in for a gold.
Kiwi
see.
will absolutely just run for the hole and just be like, and skydive right down it.
All
just
swan diving
yeets-
after Kiwi.
You finally
Just yeets herself
Kiwi.
into the hole.
I mean, when in doubt, just yeet.
Yeet.
Absolutely.
Tholdrum kind of lags behind, but eventually just kind of like puffs up his chest and just like runs for the hole and jumps in.
But do you cannonball?
Yes, I cannonball.
Fada
Tuck my knees.
hesitates. She's probably gonna wait till everybody else is gone and just realize, oh, I don't see anybody dead, because she probably doesn't see what happened at all. So just throw herself in.
Every instinct of my player brain is telling me no, but every other instinct is telling me just do it. So yeah, Helena just, like I say, in for a copper, in for a gold, and runs in and just dives straight in.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
YOLO.
Can't come this far with sheer luck. Might as well just keep going.
All right. And with that, every last one of you has leapt into this pit.
Yep.
And all you are experiencing currently is darkness. Darkness takes over everything. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun.
Oh no.
Cliffhanger.
have to do a cliffhanger.
See, you don't need no goddamn school. Who needs school? Just
when
wing
you're
it.
just jumping in holes, yeah.
Yeah, just wing it.
Saved our ass the first time around.
If
Goblin
knew-
school, hell yeah.
If I knew we were gonna go spelunking, I would have brought a helmet.
I've got light on my hand.
There you go.
Well, I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight. All of you within the party and all of you watching. Thrilled to be able to do it. All of you are awesome. Everyone, feel free to do a sign off.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
That y'all.
Make good
Good night,
choices.
everyone.
Don't do school, stay on drugs.
When in doubt, yeet.
Lots of life lessons in this episode.
We are teaching the people. Good night.